Welcome, everybody, to the Testify podcast, where you share your personal testimonies from Pentecost. I'm very excited for this episode today. I think it's going to be a big one. Anyone listening, I hope this is a help to you. And if you're working, if you're anywhere and you can put earbuds in, please listen. And I would love to introduce our guest for today, Sister Mary.
Hi.
Say hello to everyone.
Oh, hello, everybody.
So, Sister Mary actually has a very big testimony, and I'm really excited for it personally. And we talked a little bit beforehand about what we're going to pinpoint and talk about, but a specific one was I would like you to mention how you started out. You've been living for God for a long time. Did you say about 40 years?
Yeah, about 40 years. Mm-hmm.
And I would like for you to really point out how that was, going through such a long time living for God. And
well, there was definitely peaks and valleys, and more that I've done and less that I've done. And but apparently throughout my whole life, God's had his hand on me. That's about all I could say.
Yeah.
Is that he really has, because, and everybody, I think, at some points makes dumb moves, okay? And I'll just tell you my big dumb move, and to show you that God's hand was still on me this many years later. Mm-hmm. When I was a teenager, I don't know, maybe 16 or so, we went on a ski trip. And apparently I was into dares at that time, don't ask me. And I drank a whole bottle of white wine on the bus before we got to the ski area. And I was sicker than a dog, never got off the bus, puked everywhere. It was awful. It was just horrible. I know I was an embarrassment to my friends. It was awful. But the thing is what you don't know is that, why didn't that kill me? I was just little.
Yeah.
I was probably 85 pounds.
Really?
Why did I not die then? Like, seriously, or have serious injuries? I didn't. And then I realize now, looking at this 50 years later, why is that? And now that I see there's so many things that I needed to be where I was at each time, and I think I played a part all the way around in different people's lives, whatever, the church, the whole bit, he kept me alive for a reason.
Yeah.
But we don't know that. We never know at the time. And that's why it just so upsets me when I hear any kids saying, well, I want to commit suicide. And I was like, you don't have any idea of the impact, if you stick around, what your life will have on other people.
Yeah.
And you tell me, we've known each other several years now. Have I made any kind of impact on your lives?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So would it be a little different in this church if I wasn't here?
Oh, I might not even be here.
And we don't know this at the time. And when you think something is so devastating, that's why I get so upset personally when I hear anybody say, thinking about suicide, or I thought about that. And I'm so glad I will spend extra moments with that person and say, no, keep going, get through this. You have no idea of how you're going to affect somebody's life down the line.
Yeah.
And so he kept me alive through all that, and so many times and places. And I thank Jesus for that, because it was only him.
Yeah.
It was nobody else. It was him that did it. Not myself, not anybody. He did it. He could have had me dead at that moment, like literally. So
you said you were like 85 pounds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was little in high school. Oh, yeah.
Like, was it like the glass of wine
big
was huge,
bottle
right?
of white wine that if I smell it to this day, I'll puke. It's awful. Yeah.
Like, that is a big deal, because obviously someone that small would get alcohol poisoning.
Exactly. Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
He had me puke it out. I don't know. So I never did ski that day. That was awful.
Well, I'm grateful you're here. And also, like, to touch base, for the amount of time you've been living for God, that's a long time. And you've had to go through a lot. And I would like for you to pinpoint the endurance stage of keeping going.
So I hesitated doing this, my testimony here for quite a while, because I really didn't know how mine fit in. And then because there's so many people that have so specifics. Well, I was a drug addict, now God cured me. I was alcoholic or whatever, anything. I didn't have a defining moment.
Yeah.
It came little by little And that's where my long-suffering endurance comes in. And then I heard Brother Urshan's testimony.
Yeah.
And what he said to me was just, I can't believe there was so many parallels in my mind. You know, he might listen to this and say no. But anyway, I didn't have a defining moment, just like he did. And he says, you can still lead, you know, a pretty basic good life. But the thing is, you just keep going, and it's the endurance through it. It is, there's a lot, because every day there's challenges in your life. And what you do with them makes a difference. Yeah. And now I realize, just because I didn't have a specific moment that, you know, turned me around, it was little by little, little by little. And hearing his testimony led me to be more comfortable doing mine today.
You've been like in church your whole life, right?
Well, I grew up in one church where all my family went and everybody went, and that's what you did. I just never personally felt like I got anything out of it. I'd go to church, then leave, and it just was like, okay, like, why did I bother? So after a while, when you say, why did I bother, you stop going. Yeah. You know, and it was interesting, and I forgot. Anyway, when I was in Alaska, I met some people that I worked with, and I started going to church with them up there. And that's what kind of renewed this all in me of like, you know what? I want to go to church, you know? But then we moved back to Wyoming, so that ended. And then I met up with somebody else that ended up introducing me to the Pentecostal church here in Rock Springs. Yeah. And so that was night and day for me, and it really had an impact. And that was where it all started. That was terrific. Spent a number of years there, you know. In fact, I think it was 30 out of the 40. And that was all good, and it really helped me get through. I had a very challenging first marriage, and I relied and leaned heavily, you know, on the church, on God, to get me through all this. And also, too, I had two girls, and I forgot, the oldest one, she kind of went out in left field and was on drugs and was, you know, sleeping on the streets, not here in another state for 4 years. And that was hard. Yeah. That was a challenge, and I needed the church and all my members to help me get through that. So that's where, I hate to say it, trials keep you alive. They keep you alive in trusting in God. They really do. The trials are what keep you going, saying, I know this is hard right now, but I know you're going to get me out of this. I know you will. And that's where my faith came in strong.
That's actually a good thing to like jump off of, because obviously living for God so long, you could get comfortable, and the trials that you had to go through just kept you going.
100%. It really, really did. It's like, okay. And it was interesting because every time I knew my daughter was going to be in another situation, the Holy Ghost just fell on me. I'd be in my car just speaking in tongues to no end. And that's always then led to her saying something was going on or something wasn't bad. But I'm happy to say to this day, she's doing great. She came out of it. She's doing good. She does have strong faith. I wish for her sake she would learn a little bit more about the truth, but at least her faith is there, and that's what kept her alive. Yeah. You know, and she is. She's doing well by that standard. She's got her own place. She's doing very well, and God saw her all through that. But I couldn't believe just what he did for me through all that to get through it. That's hard on a mother. That's really hard on a mother, seeing your daughter just not doing well, you know? So, that was a lot of long suffering there. It was tough, but anyway, I needed the church, you know, but then like you say, after that, get a little complacent. You can, you know? So then I was still at another church, and then we had a pastor, and then he moved, which you can do, and then we got another one in, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. We didn't get any help from the main office, whatever. It just, things weren't good. And then we ended up being severed from that church, which that was hard to watch a church you were so close to. And then all of a sudden it's like they're going, okay, well, you're dismembered now. And I'm like, okay, that was heartbreaking. Yeah. But within 1 week, the LeGrand Church jumped in and sent us Brother Walter.
Oh, this is such a good part to go off of. Like, on top of, like, your whole story, you've been through the whole history of this church here, which is the Rock Tabernacle. You've since it started, right?
Oh, day one.
Day one.
Day one.
Wow.
Day one. He showed up in my office, Brother Walter, and he was on it. He found this building. I can't believe it. He found this right away. He got us going in just really a matter of days. He got us up and running. He was the best. Him and his wife, Sister Joanne, they were terrific. They were very nice. They was so calming and so healing, which I needed so bad. Because that was, to me, was devastating when things like that you never thought would happen. When you go, okay, now what? And then he shows LeGrand, that was Bishop Jesse Parker, current Bishop Parker, his father. So he put this all together, sent Brother Walter down, and we were lucky, grateful, whatever, privileged to have him for several years. He ended up getting sick and going back to LeGrand. And then we would have other pastors here.
Wow.
And some worked out and some didn't. It's back to this long suffering thing, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We kind of, I'm going to say at this point, because there's only me and Brother Jeff left, went through a lot.
Yeah.
We went through several pastors. We went through people just coming through. But LeGrand always sent us somebody.
Yeah.
They always did. There was always somebody there. Like, I can look at, our current Bishop Parker, and I just want to look at him and cry, like, thank you to your dad for doing this for us. Like, I am so grateful to these people I never knew that came down and saved my life, saved the day for all of us, And so then we had a few other pastors in here, and then Brother Leckenby and his family show up.
Yeah.
And they were traveling back and forth too, and I'm like, they would be here a few days. That's why we have the Sunday, Tuesday, because then they would go home and come back. Like Brother Walter would do that. I think Brother Leckenby did it. And I understand, because they still had their life up there.
Yeah.
And all I kept thinking is, when are we going to have somebody here 24/7?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, who is it going to be and when's it going to be? I was grateful for what we had. Don't get me wrong. I was grateful for that. But it would be nice if you ever need anything throughout the week that somebody was always there. When he showed up and his family showed up, those kids, they were so young, and I just gravitated to those kids. It was like, for me, and I've said this before, it's like the kids give me energy.
Yeah.
And I know I'm crazy, but I just want to keep up with the kids. I just do, and I try my best, okay? And I look at them for the energy, but I look at Pastor for the truth. And that's something I'm grateful for, is that he does. He gives us the truth, and anybody he brings in here, we know we're always going to hear the truth, and that's the whole thing. And to keep going, and I want to. Like, there was times years ago, prior to when Brother Walter, I was like, I don't want to go to church. I didn't go to church. It's like, it was no big deal to me. No big deal. I still did my best to lead a good life, but a good life isn't going to cut it,
Ooh.
And I get that now, the time I thought it was great. Okay. But now it's just so different to hear everything and hear it in the right order and the way it should be.
Yeah. That is very true. You've, wow, I can't believe it. You've endured a lot, went through a lot. And now it's a very exciting time, because through this whole history of this building, this church, and we're actually getting another building, which is huge. Really huge. I'm very excited for all of it, and I want to hear your thoughts about that.
So being here from day one and watching the growth, and I don't know, we had I think 6 people at one time, and we really had nothing. And it just, but I never would stop. I never would stop coming.
Kept going.
And I don't know why. Why do I keep going? It's like, all right, what are we down to? Sometimes we're down to 2 people if a family was out of town or something. It was like, but I just kept coming. But Brother Walter put that in me. He's the one. You need to come. Not only do you need to come, but you need to get here earlier. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'm still working on that. All right, fine. But do I come? Yes. If I'm in town, absolutely. And he's the one that instilled that in me. It's like, no, you need to do that. You need to be here. You need to hear the word. And just the way he presented it made me, think twice about everything and what I was doing and how I was doing or how I was not doing it, that I needed to readjust. So we had, I don't know, 6, 8, 10, 12 people. And then when Brother Luck and me finally came, we had an automatic 6. Okay.
What?
I mean, because of his family always being there. And then it would add to that number.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. You know what I mean? So before that, we had Brother and Sister Walter and then a few others. So it really could have even been less than 6. So when he came, we had an instance. So I love that. And then it just kept growing from there. And he's right, like he said here recently, we go through cycles. Mm-hmm. The attendance goes up and it goes down, and that's it. But really, okay, so now I asked him the other day, I said, so are we really outgrowing this building? I said, or are all these kids just getting bigger and we don't have any more room? You're all growing up. You were little, now you're big. All right.
Yeah,
no, we do have the numbers and we have outgrown it. But now to watch this transformation of going from this, what we see, this was like 2,500 square feet to like 12,000 square feet, where we can hold all our own events in there and do everything, have a rec center. I mean, you name it, we are going to have it.
Yeah.
In this building. I mean, it was just so amazing just how it all came about. And once again, I'm here with it on ground floor. So I'm watching all of this just be part of my life, and it's just amazing, just the things that I have witnessed and been part of. Well, God's put me here. Mm-hmm. Nobody else has.
Yeah.
Nobody else has. He did.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but I feel like that sometimes, like, I'm useless. Like, why am I even here? What am I doing?
I feel like we all get to a point where we think
we do. And then I see, well, he's kept me around, okay, for another transition, and now another one, and now another. I'm like, well, he's apparently thought I was strong enough to handle all this, or I wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. So I give God all the credit and all the glory for anything in my life,
Amen.
Everything.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly. And if I wouldn't have had such a challenging first marriage, I wouldn't be with Joe, my present husband, who is he's the world to me. He's everything.
Yeah.
He's changed my life completely.
Shout out Joe.
Yeah, shout out Joe.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. He is. He's a dream come true. God put him in my life.
Yeah.
He did. He put him right there. And we don't have to talk about that story, how we met. But anyway, it was just very interesting how the timing was just right. All of it completely.
Oh, man.
Yep.
God has done such an amazing thing.
Yeah, he really has. Wow. And the thing is, if you think about it and look at it, I'm kind of the anomaly in this, meaning my age, my life. Because for most people around my age, anywhere, any adults, I'm saying get out of teenagers, maybe 30 and up or something. Mm-hmm. And this is just what I see.
Yeah.
If things are good in your life, you've got a good job, you've got a good husband, you've got kids, well, challenges, whatever. You've got a good income, you've got good insurance, you've got a car that runs.
You're retired.
You have all this, or even retired, right? Yeah. But the thing is, if things are smooth in your life, you think you've got it all handled and you don't need God. You don't need him. Because if they're good, you just go, well, fine, why should I go to church? What difference is it going to make? I've got this. I've got good insurance. I've got a good pay. I go on vacations twice a year. Why do I need God? And the thing is, that's so sad because it's one of my favorite lines. You don't know what you don't know. And these people, everybody, generally speaking, they don't know. Or they're in false truth.
Yeah.
Doctrine. Where you think you've got all the answers and it's simple. By if I just do this, then I'm going to be saved and I'm going to heaven.
It's horrible. I'm
not making that determination, but if you read the Bible, that's not what it says.
Seriously.
You have to follow his rules.
There's this like one verse that goes directly at that Solomon said. It was, I think he prayed that I don't want to be too rich where I'd forget you, God.
Right.
But I don't want to be too poor where I'd still increase your name.
Right.
That's what that exactly reminds me of. What
you know what?
Said.
You hit it right on the head. Right on the head.
Wow.
That's it. It doesn't, I give God credit for everything that I have now. He put my husband in that place to be able to provide for me. And I'm so thankful. And with that, I try to do the best that I can here with church. I try to be generous. I try to share. And I enjoy every moment of that, But if he wouldn't have set that up, if God wouldn't have set that up, you can want all you want to give, but if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Oh.
So he set me up.
Yeah.
And all of that. But it's really sad that I think there's so many people, like I said, adults that just, They don't get it. My life is good. Why do I need church? Why do I need God? And that's sad. It breaks my heart. So that's why seeing more kids in our church, I get it. Because you guys can see the end results of maybe changing something drastically in your life from something really bad to now, this is a great feeling. You're around good people.
I like to say this because I just remembered with Nathaniel Urshan, how he helped you with his testimony. A big part for me is your testimony helps me a lot for someone that didn't live for God their whole life. Because I only been in this for 2 years, and the rest I've been a horrible person. But for me, it's good to see people's lives that live for God their whole lives and see all the benefits, all the blessings, what they've turned into, and seeing the fruit of what it actually is. That's a big part for me personally. It's because when I wasn't living for God, and I would see someone that is living for God and they're blessed, everything's good going on in your life. And it makes you be like, man, I kind of want to try that out.
And that's good. But the other side of that, too, is you can watch them be blessed, but you can also watch them have a challenge or a trial and see them come out of it on the other side.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, too, is seeing how strong.
Yep.
And, for, me, seeing Orlando, this is a good example. I mean, he was born in truth and going on. You would see, how that really has shaped him and built him as a person. And that's being raised in the truth is a huge thing. And there's so much good that comes out of it. And
so Orlando could say too at that point, like Brother Urshan, Orlando didn't go out in left field anywhere. Yeah. But he still has a solid testimony. You still have a testimony.
You still have a testimony.
Even if just because you keep living.
Yeah, and it's even greater. That's what you said. Exactly.
Right.
Is your testimony is even greater.
Right, because you didn't have that challenge and you still chose this path.
Yeah.
I know he was brought up in it, but any one of the pastor's kids could go out in left field. Yeah. They've chosen to continue this way. Yeah. That's still their choice. And that's tremendous.
It is.
That is just tremendous. And I love being around all you kids. If you haven't even figured that out yet, I love all you kids. To no end. Are you sure? Really? Do you mean it? All right, just checking.
I know Ben always asks this question. Ben's the youth leader. Here, I'll pass him the mic. He's doing the cameras real quick.
What's up, everybody?
I know you asked some people this question about seeing the rise in youth. And would you like to talk about that?
How did the rise in youth give you hope to keep going? Because you saw that it didn't work out with a lot of adults and it's working out for some kids. And how do you feel about that? Just the fact that, there's just kids that are making everything happen. Well, how do you feel about that?
So right now, approximately our numbers are about 2/3 to 1/3, youth to adults.
Yeah, this is huge.
And I just enjoy every minute of that. But I see a newness, or really the youngness in it, that you kids are just interested, curious, want to lead a good life.
Yeah.
You don't know any different of to have things, because you're all young. I don't say struggling, but you're just starting out, whether it's getting married or getting jobs or getting a place on your own. Yeah. You're there's a little bit of struggle, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But when you get complacent as you get older, adults, this very general terms, sometimes then it rubs off the complacency. So I'd rather be around this newness and the excitement of it. And you kids, and even if you fall, fine. If I'm around, I'll be there to pick you up. Okay, because it does happen. But the thing is, it's great, and I love. You guys have such great insight. What you all want to do with the youth, the programs, everything. The game night, the fun nights, going out to the park. That is absolutely tremendous. Yeah. And it's to keep the kids involved, keep them off the street, and show them a better, good life instead of having to go out down a bad road or a wrong path. You can always come back, but if you never went there, it's better. And that's what you guys are trying to show the youth of this town, of this community. That's what you guys are bringing. And I'm happy to know you and be part of it and watch it happen. Yeah. It's exciting. It really is exciting. I would love for more adults to come. Don't even get me wrong. But if they are, they are. Nobody can force anybody to do anything. you know, and I'm thrilled to death to be here with you. You guys are the ones getting the kids. Like, they don't want to talk to me. I don't know. They want to talk to you. That's all.
Oh man, that's great.
That's amazing.
It's amazing how God just chose to use kids. Honestly.
And I think it's terrific. It doesn't,
Yeah.
I don't know if you asked me if it bothered me. Like, I'm thrilled.
Oh no,
I am
definitely
just
not.
thrilled. Like, seriously, you know, and I can only speak for me. I can't speak for anybody else. But I'm so happy to be around all you kids and watch your progress all the way down between life, marriage, even moving out, and just your walk with God, because He's the one that is orchestrating all
Yeah.
of this.
Yep. Amen.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to stick together, stick with Him, stick together, and we'll get through this. And there you go. So we can all leave here together.
Everything, man. This is good. I think we're on time too.
Yeah, we're good.
So every time we do an episode of a guest, we always have special mug we give out.
Yes. I
I'd
get
like
one.
to bestow you the Testify mug.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Oh, it's light. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I love that. Who designed it? Did you? It has to be your.
Yeah, I designed it.
We can sign it for you if you want.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, that was the first. Actually, I had a coworker.
Yeah.
This is funny. I'm just going off right
Go.
now. But I gave him a cup because when we were first making this, he was like, "Can you sign it?" And then I was like, "Oh wow, that was random."
Wow.
But then recently,
Brother Matthias.
yeah, brother Matthias, he wanted us to sign his too, which I thought was great.
That's
I was-
sweet. I think that's great.
I was so honored.
Me too.
I was so honored.
Good. Get the marker out. I want mine signed. Please, please.
Well, if anyone of you outside of town want to testify mug just like Sister Mary's,
Yes.
testifypod.com.
That's right.
For merch, media, and more. Get your Testify mugs. And thank you all for listening. Thank you, Sister Mary, for coming on and sharing your testimony. And goodbye, everybody.
Bye.